Friends, I've got some friends that are really supportive, but at the same time, like, I'm too scared to talk to them because I don't want to be judged by them and I don't want to lose that friendship that I have.
I think people basically, part of the time, don't realise that it's an issue for them, and I think mostly people struggle to express their feelings.
Maybe they're afraid of being put under the spotlight. Maybe they think it'll make things worse.
Just a fear of going and talking to someone, being open and honest about it. A fear of being looked down upon.
I don't know whether people are embarrassed about it or, I mean, it's just whether it's a social stigma they believe or other people place on them, I don't know.
Well, I've had both cancer and I've had depression, and I would have cancer again any time before I'd have depression again, just because of other people's understanding of what you've got. When you've got cancer, they can see it. They can see you're bored from your chemo, that kind of thing. When you've got depression, no one gets it. People don't understand why 8, 9, 10 days in a row you can't get out of bed.
Like anyone, everyone has their pride, and people don't like to say that they have a problem. They think it as a sign of weakness.
I want to make the public aware that mental illness is real. It's not just some made-up thing. It's not an excuse. It's the fact that people can't see what it is means that they have these assumptions that it's just it's not real.
It's the most personal injury you could ever have, or illness, because it's all in here and no one else can see in the mind. There's no window, no one can actually see anyone else's thoughts. So everything's your own battle, and it's hard to let anyone else into the battle.
I did get judged a lot with friends and stuff as well. When they have found out, they think, oh, you've come out of the psychiatric ward, you must be crazy, and why are you like that? And I've had another friend sit there and say, pull your head in, you've got so much to live for, why bother trying to kill yourself? Other people die every day for illnesses and everything else they don't want to die for, and all you want to do is just take your life, not understanding the real pain and hurt that I'm actually going through.
There are no characteristics. It can be anyone. It can be you, a man, anyone on this street. There's nothing that identifies someone as having, nothing officially that identifies them as having a mental illness. It can be anyone.
You and I, they look like normal people because they are. They just struggle with a mental health issue that not everyone just by looking at them would understand. They just look like normal people.
My mum was diagnosed with obsessive compulsive disorder that year, and when I watched one of the videos on OCD about her, I realised that all the symptoms that they were explaining were very, very similar to things that I was going through. And I still kept it to myself for a while, but it hit a point where I didn't even want to go to school anymore. I didn't want to socialise, and eventually people started to notice that I wasn't myself anymore.
I never really spoke to anybody at the start because I was in denial I didn't think I was sick. I thought, I just thought it was normal to have thoughts like that and everything else. And then just after I come out of hospital, I think I was still in the denial a bit until the end of last year, which I was like, okay, I think I am actually sick, I do need the help.
When you're a kid, you think about mental. That was a word we used as a derogatory term when we were kids. Oh, he's mental, and it was just little things like that. And I think that's why everyone happens with a lot of people, and it just grows from there when they don't have any contact with people with disability.
There's not enough insight on it. People don't know enough or want to know enough about it. For instance, the word psychosis, people say, oh, you were psycho, you know what I mean? It's just,
I've got my own private psychologist. She's great. She's I've been seeing her for almost 12 months now as well. And every time I see her, I don't know, she'll pull out jokes or she'll laugh at things I say and my reactions to things, and like she'll give it a positive sort of like therapy, not just a dull, boring, you know, rah rah, tell me this, tell me that sort of thing.
My case manager from Davey Street referred me to the Seaford program, which contains residential units for the mentally ill. And I was still a mess when I turned up to that. I had a big long beard and long hair. I looked like Jesus or something. I only weighed 50 kilograms. Wasn't eating anymore. But as I started doing things slowly, like gradually trying to leave the house, like they would take me on walks and activities and stuff like that, and then I was put on medication. I guess, yeah, after a couple of months there, I started seeing my friends, my regular friends again.
You've got to be able to feel comfortable in yourself to express your story and stuff. You can't just, because it is a trust thing between you and the like your doctor or psychologist or something.
The worst thing you can do is keep it in your own head. Because like I said, the worst thing is to have all the thoughts stuck in your head. Having a release is the best way, and talking to someone is probably the best thing to do first. Even if you find writing is the option, but talking should be the default, is going to see someone. If that doesn't work, try any other form of art, try singing, try writing, yeah.